folks, winter can be a pretty hard time. It isn't much fun sometimes to go fishing. It's cold and it's wet and it's miserable. But winter can be also very, very productive. It's time when most of our summer species, such as flathead, whiting, they tend to disappear a little bit, and the estuaries come alive with salmon, trevally, tailor. They're the species that really take over this time of the year for us, especially here in Gippsland, South Gippsland. And it's a time when we sit back usually and tie a bit of gear, tie a few flies, get the gear ready for the summer months. By August and September, the bream will be schooling up heavily and we'll be targeting the big fish as they move up the rivers. But I love to chase salmon, and it's one of the fun things we do, not just out of a boat in all the South Gippsland estuaries, but on the beaches, throwing lures with lighter gear, throwing as far as we can out into the gutters up against the beach and dragging in some huge salmon. Their eating qualities aren't the best, but love catching them, then we just let them go again. Now, you can use bait just as easily, the old pilchard and the old bit of white bait. It works just as well if you have the patience. I haven't. I must admit that's all we ever used to do. Now I like to throw lures around. I like to be doing something all the time. But for you, those of you that like just to sit on there and have a nice relax on a good sunny day in the middle of winter, it's a great thing to do. One of the things that we love to use is these guys. I don't know if you can see them really easy. Little red or blue poppers, little surf poppers. They're a little foam head with a hook out the back and some fancy bits of tail, reds or blues. Salmon absolutely adore them. I'm not sure, they must think they're a little bait fish just moving about. With the surge of the tide, they're moving back and they're moving around, the little tail's flapping. And when a salmon sees one of these guys, there's no such thing as, oh, was that a little bite or not? They hit them with gusto. They just inhale them. And they're on. The rod bends over and it's screaming, and yeah, there's some great fun amongst it. Have a look at those on the website if you get a chance. Now, for those of you that aren't good at tying knots, Kamikaze also supply surf popper rigs, ready tied, ready to go. Hook on a sinker, tie it on the swivel on your line, and cast it out. How hard can that be? And you can sit there. It does all the work for you. It just sits there, like I say, and goes around the surge of the tide. The fish see it, they hit it, you're on. Not hard at all. Once the warm weather comes, we'll be chasing whiting again, and the mullet species and all the summer species. And again, if you're not into tying your own rigs and you want to be able to chase these fish but don't want to muck around, and maybe you're a bit older and the eyesight's not as good, like me sometimes, Kamikaze have such a thing as a whiting rig. Now, pre-tied, there's a running sinker rig where you can just tie your own sinker on or put your own sinker on and off you go, tie it to your main line. Or there's the whiting wonders, which come, again, you put your own sinker on, tie it to your main line, but it's not a running sinker. Wonderful invention. For those, like I say, that just don't want to tie their own, that's the way to go. They're cheap, they're easy. The hook, the swivels, the little red beads, they're all there, ready to go. Have a look on the website. There's lots and lots of things there you'll have a ball with. Christmas is coming, sooner or later. Get the missus to buy you something. See you soon.